Okay, now I'm looking at this part here, and I want a bit of extra light here. I think I've been a little bit too overzealous with the paint on that area. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to re-wet the part that I want to lighten up a little bit. Down there. Okay. Just that area there. So re-wet that, and then with a clean handkerchief, press down on it. Press down. You don't rub or scrub, you just press down. Here we go. There you go, that's a little bit better. Got that lightness there. Now I'm just going to dry that quickly. Okay, I think that'll do. Now just to emphasise that, I'm going to put a little shade on this side here, so it has a bit of a definition, a sharp edge along here. So along there, just there you go. Now let's emphasise that lightness over there. Now that's just a little bit of brown paint. Now then, I'm going to use this dark medium, dark mixture here of this brown and a bit of this purple there, just on this side. There we go. And now across over here, and we'll give that side the same treatment. Now it just shows that there's a little bit of light coming through there. There we go. Right, now I'm going to bring this a little bit of a shadow down there a little bit. Okay. I'll lift a little bit of that out. That'll be fine. Now this edge here, I'm going to just smooth that out a little bit. Soften the edge at the same time, but now I'm just going to lift that out. That'll be alright. Now this, yeah. Little bits of detail over there. Now we're going to do the same over to this part here. And over there. Now we've got a bit more detail here. And that comes down there. That's just blinking fine. Right. Now this area here, I'm going to create a bit of shadow on this roof here. And we're going to just create these shapes from underneath the shadow. There we are. bit darker there. Okay, so while that's drying, I'll just put a little window in there, and this area here we've got another little sticky out bit on the wall there, and as we come further down here, that'll do there. Right, now then we're going to create a little bit of shadow colour, a bit of Payne's grey into that area here. And now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop a little bit here in those windows. There we go. And add a little shadow at that side. Now, underneath this eave, we'll get another shadow at that eave, a little line under there. Now, I'm going to put some windows here. We have window, 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 window. And they're just little blobs with your paintbrush. And this part of that wall is in shadow. So while that's drying, we'll move over to this part here. And because this is watercolour, it's you don't have to put every single piece in here. A lot of it's suggestion. Okay. There we are. Now, in this part of the wall, I've got a little shadow going through it as well. Right. Now, at the bottom of this area, there's lots of greenery, little plants, bit of grass growing there. So we're going to emphasise this, and it serves to create a ground area along here. Now, I think this character's a little bit too tall, so I have to correct that in a bit. So his head should be the same as height as that, so it should be there. So what we'll do is, I'm going to make a skin colour, which is opera rose and a bit of this yellow, just a little bit, and the same height as that head there. Put that, and there's the top neck, chest area, and we'll have some arms and some legs. This person's wearing shorts because it's the summertime, and we will emphasise that with this character over there, and they're further away, so their legs are higher up. Now we're going to concentrate more on this tree. I'm going to put some shadows under here now. So just under here. Watch your fingers as well. Your finger don't blob into these windows. And I'm going to just use a bit of shadow colour under here, mixed with that green. And we'll have some shadow over this area. Oh, well, bring that around there. And he's just waiting to dry. Branch over there, and we can do the same there for that one. Boom, boom. And we just round this off by putting some darker tones around this area, especially underneath. Little bits hanging out as well. Just to suggest, we don't need to be painting every single leaf, we're just suggesting that this is a great big leafy tree, and just underneath there. As we get further over here, we can just add some more water to this to make it lighter. When it dries, it'll be drying with a bit of subtlety. There we go. Now, let's cover this, all this part here with a bit of dark colour. And I think we're going to give this tree a over there, and a little bit of shadow there as well. Put them both into one. And I'm painting this darker at one side. Just catching the underside of these leaves. There we go. That'll do for the time being. Let's let that dry for a bit. Now, I want to colour these little characters in but I want contrasting colours from this. So where this is very warm, this needs to be very cool. So in order to do that, I'm going to get myself a thinner brush, a smaller brush. I'm going to make this, I'm using a bit of, a bit of cerulean blue here on this character. And just a bit of blue on here. In fact, I'm going to go over there, and we'll come down to the trouser area or the skirt area, whatever you want. I'll put a line down there. Right. Now this one here, I think I'm going to make that lovely and bright, and that's a lovely yellow, but now because I changed it, the shoulders are coming down from there. And the light's coming over from this side, remember? So what we can do here now is we'll just get a clean brush and we'll just add some water there and lift off from that side. There we go. Now I'm going to use a bit of orange colour down to the bottom. Down there. A little dark colour just up this side. There we go. Oh, let's have a bit of warm colour over here. There we are. Well, just a couple of lines there. I'll lift that off there. I don't like that line being over there. So it's just got a bit of shadow out this side here. Right. Now then, let's have a look at this part here. I'm back to my size 12 brush, size 12 peeler. Oh no, it's a size 10 brush actually. That was a 12. Right, now I'm going to concentrate on this area here. And this is much lighter than that area, so I need to bear that in mind. So just, I'm going to leave a little white area for the top, where the light is bouncing off the top there. And now just a little bit of cool over there. And down here. Just to distinguish between those two colours and shades. Now, don't need to leave a white line there. Now then, we're going to go along to here and we're going to create a nice dark area here. Now, I'm just going to lift some of that water out. It's not doing us any good. So now I'm going to create a bit of nice shadow colour. Okay. Alright there. Just underneath there. Right. is where we start to play with different colours now. That beautiful purple is a lovely shadowy colour. And we have a little wall over there that's connecting this building to this whatever it is, that castle. There we go. There we are. And we're going to use some of this same colour just at the top here. That was quite ruddy. It doesn't matter. Excuse me. Right. What's that big Eve there? Right. Now just change this colour up a little bit here, because this is a light part of the wall, but it is still in shadow. So we need to just give it a bit of texture, a little bit of form. And have this dark shadow at the bottom, making a little bit of sense. And we're going to put a little character here, and he's sat there. There we go, sat there, might be playing a guitar or something like that. Boom, boom, boom. Let's get a big brush for this part here now. Just because acid on burnt orange, I like that colour. And a bit of red just to warm this up. Just to warm this area up. I mean, trying to talk posh, aren't I? I just went over my little figure, so I'm just going to lift him out again with a pointed handkerchief. There we go. We can fill him in a bit. Alright, there. Now, I'm going to put a little bit of colour in this, so I think we should have, it should be a little bit grey. Get rid of that green from there. So a little bit of the grey, Payne's grey, and a little bit of warmth to that. Just around there. We can go over him. We can go over that fella, just a bit of his legs. Right. Now what we're going to do is pull some direction lines out with a damp brush, okay? Just a few direction lines and see if it works. Right, let that dry now. Be back in a bit. Right, we've dried that off now, and that was done with a hairdryer for speed. And just there you go, that was a bit on the damp side. So the next thing we're going to do is just put little bits of detail in that area here, and it's going to be quite loose. Let's have a look. Let's mix a few colours together here. Okay, so we know this has got a bit of detail here, and we have a front bit there. I'm going to put a bit of light coming through there. And a bit of light there, but the front of it is in shadow. Right, okay, just a little bit of detail here. Now, on this part of this wall, we want to just add a few little bits of detail, just little bits of interest, just to break that wall up. Okay. There we go, that'll do there, just to break up that wall. And we have that there. Now, this part of this wall here, we've got windows here, but we're just going to just suggest these windows. There we are, and they have little window sills. I just suggest things under there. Right, and under this part here. And we're going to suggest it's darker there. Okay. Right. This is still damp, so I can't go into that yet. Boom, boom. There. Now across the top here, got a line there. A line there. And we have some windows up in there. We've also got some larger windows over there. And we're just going to add a few little bits of detail in there just to break these walls up. And put a bit of detail over here. Now let's have a look, concentrate on some grassy areas here. Very dark that, we don't want it too dark, even though it is in shadow. Bum, 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 bum. Just some grassy areas here. This bit of area of grass is very much in shadow, so we'll just Now then, let's get my special brush out. This is my little grassy brush, this. And I'm just going to just use the tips of it. And just add a couple of little divots here around grassy areas. I'll make it a little bit darker in places, just to change it up a little bit. There we go. Now, let's put some shadows in for this chap here. Okay. A little bit of suggested, might be a couple of stones on the road or whatever. A bit of skid marks on the road. Or a bicycle that's been going up there, whatever. And just at the very top of these things here, we'll just add a darker bit of colour. There we go. Right, let's let this dry and see what else we can do with this. I need to put that little chap in here, don't I? So I think I'll put a little bit of skin colour in there. Be careful with my hand. There, and right, and a contrasting colour. There we go. Let that dry out and come back. Okay, so all that's dried now. I don't actually think I need to do anything more on this picture. I think it's good enough as it is. Once you start fiddling about with things, you start messing it all up again. So I managed to get rid of a lot of my pencil lines, and I'm quite happy with the way that this is in shadow. You see notes of highlights here, and this evidence of the light coming from this angle on this chap here, and we've also got some nice shadows under the trees here. So many thanks for watching. I do hope you subscribe and that you've learnt something, or just built it into your own watercolour techniques. Thank you. Bye.